Did look all right, Mike.
They did look all right. I had a good cast of the eye over them earlier on. Yeah, not as solid as he has been, but Rocket is gradually easing into this one.
438.
Luke Woodhouse keeps on asking those questions periodically as well.
I think it's the best he's looked for ages, this Woodhouse. This weekend in general.
167.
Just looks like he's in control, patient, not throwing darts away. Looks focused. Focusing on his 57. Get it, but he's going to leave himself
99.
Relatively handy.
86.
Bullseye for Rock, and 86 is taken out, and it's a holder throw for Josh Rock.
Now, they've got their eyes in. And Josh Rock's on the 9. For the second time this weekend, Rocky is going to have a look at 141.
And an expectant crowd in Antwerp.
99. Josh will go 141.
Might be about to witness something very special indeed, or then again, it might just be that Josh Rock rattles off his 5th leg in 11 darts instead.
Well, he's been asked about 3 dozen times.
100.
Lovely 180 to leave a bogey number.
51.
Double 16. Double 8. Yeah, that's a 12 darter from Rock. Superb stuff. Yeah, he's been asked about 3 dozen times. You know that leg where you're on the 9 and then Littler hits the 9 at the match? Do you think you'd have hit it? Which is sort of a funny question to ask. And it has some merit because he was playing amazing darts at the time. But his honest answer is, how the hell would I know?
97.
A few similarities between the two.
100.
But that is a killer blow from Josh Rock. Another 180. Okay, it's on the Rock throw. But that is just as important.
Oh, hang on, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Luke? A lapse in concentration. And it just eases the pressure a little on Josh Rock. Does not matter. That is a 12 darter with the darts. You are not breaking that.
Keeping things simple and playing your percentages.
98.
Ooh, this could pose a problem. 180, number 5. Oh, he's back in the leg.
Just turning the screw a little bit on Luke Woodhouse. It was a promising looking 72, and now it's a very testing 72. He's only trimmed off 15 as well. Back upstairs. Tops for 5 apiece. And the door is, well, more than slightly ajar here for Josh Rock, looking at 83 for a timely break and a passage into the semi-finals.
Double 16. Josh Rock out-muscles Luke Woodhouse. The 180s, all 5 of them, eventually telling. A brilliant weekend for Luke Woodhouse. He goes out in the quarter-finals of the Flanders Darts Trophy for the 2nd year running, but this, one of his most impressive European Tour campaigns, averaging nearly a ton for the tournament, but it ends in the last 8 because Josh Rock is the first player through to the semis.
For the fear of repeating myself, Sean van Veen, roundabout now in his games, has sort of kicked in. He's put the afterburners on against Michael van Gerwen, Gavlas and Martin Schindler. But I think the pace, you've just seen him patting his head there, and James will always dictate the pace. It's a funny old game, this one.
He's squinting at that one as well as Wade. He really didn't like what he saw there.
439.
One of our fans calling for the return of Kiss Cam, which
I thought we put it in the comms box.
well, they did once, and I had the misfortune of being alongside Dan Dawson.
40. January requires 62.
He's lush. Double 16. And it's 3-2 to Jan van Veen. Just mirrored image of the other games that he's played.
In fact, he's just marginally behind Van Veen now in terms of the averages, but that is where that is exactly where he wants to be, I think.
108.
And then all of a sudden he clicks into gear, produces a little twist of the knife, and just asks the questions once again.
I think that's where he wants to be, and that's the treble 20, because that's come from absolutely nowhere.
But this is all very much in keeping with what James Wade has done in the main this weekend. There's the 25, there's the 60. Can he find tops?
105.
The way he's looking there, I think he thought that was in when it left his hand, but no dramas. He will be back. Van Veen a long way back. The only good thing for Jan at the moment is on the throw, James Wade. Back to that trusted double 10. It's been a scrappy, messy 8 legs, both grinding out legs, the pair of them. Better than James Wade. Nowhere near his best. Well, we're moments away from him being one away from victory. Just so typical of James Wade. I'm not so sure that I can't think of any other player who grinds results out like him. Whether he hits a double 10 with his last start, a double 5 with his last start.
And these 180s in isolation, they might not seem much, but in a match of this nature, I think 3 180s that are produced out of the blue, I think they can be so valuable. Treble 17. Gets it as well. I would not rule this out in the slightest. Bullseye here for Wade, and he wasn't far away again.
Much closer than that. Jan is just looking for a spark. He's looking for something. Is it the 1-4-3? He'd be spraying the darts about, because treble 17 would have been needed if that first one goes. It's just simply not happening. You can see him shaking his head, and you would expect Wade to go a big 5, the double 10 to go 1 away.
Well, the word you used earlier on, Glenn, was timing. And what about that for timing? All about the opportunities for James Wade. He has produced the breaker throw in the all-important 9th leg. It means he is now throwing first for a 6-4 win and a passage through to the semi-finals on a European Tour stage once again.
I'll even start singing "Nobody Does It Better" if you want me to. That's exactly how I analyse and conclude this game.
81.
Nowhere near his best, but he just finds a way to win, and fair dinkum.
Yeah, I mean, it is by no means a stretch of the imagination to suggest that James Wade could win this tournament with a tournament average of less than 90.
I'll leave that one to the statisticians. Which for Jan van Veen, he'll be incredibly disappointed. But for James Wade, this would be for a milestone victory, because Wade, double 10.
Well, that is a collector's item, I have to say. 3 match starts at double 10, and James Wade has missed them all, but he will return because Van Veen is well adrift on 2-2-5, and again, well, he's got a trouble with the final dart. But that might all be in vain because you just knew what was coming. James Wade was not going to pass up another opportunity on double 10, having squandered 3 match darts, and James Wade books his place in the semi-finals on the European Tour once again. It's been a long time since he last tasted success on the European stage, but you know what, he might well do it this weekend, and it could be in very unlikely circumstances as well, because once more he's come out on top with an average of less than 90 this weekend against Jan van Veen, an average of 88, 6 out of 22 on the finishing as well, 16 missed starts at a double, including those 3 opportunities at double 10 late on. But it doesn't matter one jot, because James Wade knows the formula, and he knows how to do it, and he knows how to get over the line. He wins it by 6 legs to 4.
He's got a real chance of not just winning this game, but going even further. Former Euro Tour winner Danny Noppert, it's an omission from his CV. Noppert, the only player left in the tournament who is yet to win one of these events.
140.
Bags of experience left, and it was a funny old game, wasn't it? That previous game, James Wade once again averaging under 90, nowhere near his best. Never in my wildest dreams that I think Jan van Veen would put a performance in like that. He'll be disappointed, but he'll bounce back, and that's exactly what Daryl Gurney's been doing in 2025. That World Cup of Darts seems to have rejuvenated him. But he wants to win titles as an individual, and who's to bet against him this weekend?
134, Dowley required 28.
Visit from Danny keeps him interested. Maybe not for very long. Where's that? It is it. Guerra had to check, I think. Brief pause. Always a tricky one for a ref, that. He doesn't want to lean over to have a look just in case it isn't in, and then he disrupts the player throwing because he's still got a dart in his hand.
The Flanders Darts Trophy.
Of course, that World Cup win gets him in the Grand Slam, so I mean that's a big one for a lot of players, isn't it?
Forgot about that as well. I mean, it could be a World Cup of Darts final this weekend.
Danny Noppert. Things are getting desperate here.
So he's snookered right now. He can't even pull out the 147, and Gurney's on that
100
type to finish. He's just been so adept at this week. Start on the treble 18 you would expect. The double 8. Oops, the double 4.
Games on the fifth leg.
15 darter to three figures that often, but he almost never drops below 90.
When he played Dirk, I said he will average 95.5, and it's up to Dirk to beat that. That's the way the narrative of the game which we set up. But again, Daryl Gurney, beautiful stuff. Just quietly and effectively getting on with the job, and there's nothing Noppert can do. He's resigned to lose. I mean, he'll go up for the bullseye with the last, pings the bullseye. Gurney looking good for semi-final.
Bad day at the office for Danny Noppert, and the Dutch interest is about to come to an end here in Antwerp, as Jan van Veen has gone already. And Daryl Gurney has just dismissed Danny Noppert. Everything suggested that this could be close. That could not be further from the truth. Daryl Gurney wipes the floor with a Dutch number 2 and breezes into the semi-finals. We have got one spot in the semis left to be won. It goes to either Luke the Nuke Littler or the Aussie number 1 Damon Heta. That is coming up after the break. If you went back to MVG, if you stopped it pre-COVID, he was up about where Taylor was, 86, 87%. And things have tailed off over the last few years. But 80%, you're winning so much. And you're winning lots of titles.
133.
Yeah, in Taylor's era, I mean, the European Tour, I think it was like 5 campaigns in a season or something like that. So, it's, yeah, a very different era and difficult to make the comparison. But when you put it on a pro-rata basis like that.
46.
Anyway, 46 here for Heta for a breaker throw. Let's not lose sight of the here and now, let alone what Taylor was doing a few years ago. As Damon Heta does find a 2-1 lead.
Damon, you require 161. Luke, you require 124.
Bullseye.
99. Damon, you require 97.
Treble 19. That's a 9. It's 88.
Treble 16. Can't find it either, and yeah, these opportunities are just beginning to stack up a little bit, aren't they? A bit of a concern for Damon Heta. Luke Littler now back on the hockey on 25. Double 10 once again. This time it's true, and this time it's bang on target, and this time it's taken at the first time of asking, and that was the best leg of the match for Littler. And from his perspective, 14 darter and a breaker throw, 3 apiece. There are parallels with Minehead.
This leg is looking good for Heta. It's 3 on the spin. And 3 on the spin, where Littler has just got better and better. 16 darter, 14 darter, 12 darter. These incremental improvements have been another little side story, a little issue for Damon Heta as well. So this would be a very important leg if he can win it, but Littler has just come up with a little mini response there to just edge in front ever so slightly in terms of the scoreboard.
Heta could do with a treble here of any description.
59. Luke, you require 143.
That's okay, potentially 2 darts away, but Littler looking at 143, won't go now.
100. Damon, you require
Well, he couldn't take the
86.
95, he couldn't take the 97, the 86. Can he do it on the ball? Yes, he can. And you can see the relief from Damon Heta, the Aussie #1. Gets one of those mid-range finishes, and he desperately needed that.
There is a question mark about vulnerability here from Heta to an extent, as well as Littler.
98.
That's very good from Heta. Massive disappointment in that previous leg. He's responded well here, but he knows the real tough task is the final leg, if he can take it there. Look what Littler's left.
Just in case, Luke Littler standing by for the big fish. Damon Heta, 64 points away from taking us to an 11th and final leg. He's looking at the big red button in the middle of the board, and he's found it as well. What a moment for Damon Heta as he brings up parity once again. And he looks absolutely despondent, almost head in his hands as he retrieves those. Littler
98.
could have been better, could have been more assertive there, could have opened up a bit more of a gap to work with, but that will do for now. Heta needs 2 trebles here, I think, at least, and he's straying all over the place, I'm afraid, as far as he's concerned.
82.
This might be as vulnerable as Luke Littler looks all weekend, because he has not looked particularly vulnerable in his first couple of games, and he may not look vulnerable
58.
at all in the next 2, assuming he comes through this one. Can he fill it up, Heta? He needs to fill it up. He has filled it up.
Well, that has put the cat amongst the pigeons, hasn't it? What will that inspire Luke Littler to do here? He won't find 164.
85.
He needs 79 points.
Heta. 131.
131. You feel perhaps this has to go. If it doesn't, he'll be hoping and praying that Littler fluffs his lines on 79. Single 17. Not the required goods for Damon Heta, and it's over to Luke Littler to wrap it up.
These are the sorts of finishes that define this game. Heta has not taken out enough of them. And Littler takes out the one that really matters. Damon Heta hangs his head. He pushed and pushed and pushed. Littler looked like he could have been got at, but somehow he's managed to shut the door in Heta's face. A couple of bullseye finishes from Heta. It wasn't quite enough.
Yeah. Back in the top 5 in the world, and still, you would suggest, capable of producing a lot more over the next 3 or 4 years. I mean, he's only 41 years old, is James Wade. There is plenty of ammunition left in the tank there, isn't there?
He gets introduced as a winner over the past 3 decades. So he was a precocious young talent. Like I said, I think 2025 has been one of his best years. Can he turn it into a major? I wouldn't doubt him.
145.
Well, again, the pressure has been applied, but Josh Rock can have a look at this. 96, 95, so down for the 19s. Can't find the 3 that would have left a double.
40.
Should be an opportunity for Wade to register his first leg of the match. And he does. 14 dart combo, best leg of the match so far as well. And James Wade is off and running, and clearly alive and kicking as well. I think that is the case, but I think there's been a lot going on aside from Luke Littler, as is the case with most tournaments, actually. When you boil it all down, I think there is an overemphasis sometimes. I mean, obviously he's the main man, he's the star attraction this weekend as well. He's the world champion, the world match play champion, recently crowned as well. And you know, everything is achieved. He's opened up darts to a wider audience, so naturally that will be the case. But I think you've got a point.
81.
I went into the players' area and he was just sat there with his mum. All that sort of him just sat on his phone. That's exactly what he was doing. While everyone around you is practicing. just does his own thing, and Josh Rock is certainly doing his own thing on throw here. After 12 darts, he's left a double. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. He's dealing with the situation, Rob, very nicely.
Yeah, this one is very much in the balance as well, but Josh Rock might be fancying his chances of a break of throw. Could do with a treble here, though, but it is a single 7 with his final dart, and it's only 46 scored to leave an outshot of 141. Another one of those. Double 12 for James Wade.
126. Josh Rock 141.
You often get a moment of magic in a game. Not to be with Josh Rock. It felt like a bit of a freebie, that 1-4-1. Well thrown darts, but no reward. Chance of Wade for parity.
Yeah, he missed out on a 13 dart leg in the previous leg, but he has got a 13 dart hole to hit back straight away. Good response by James Wade. Almost did it in 12 darts with that 138 checkout.
Good response there, because Wade was just turning the screw a little. Wonderful numbers. Neither player's wavering right now. Wade looks good. Looks totally in control of the situation right now. I called it the litmus test for Josh Rock about where he wants to be as a player. There's your answer.
What a visit from Josh Rock to get down to 94 from that position. 9 19s, and James Wade up against it once again, albeit on the rock throw. I don't think James Wade will be too flustered by that, though. He will just see what he can do here, just pose as many questions as he possibly can as Josh Rock looks at 94. Starts on the 18s. Oh, double. Oh, and he takes it out. What a moment that is as well. And that is not only stylish in the extreme, but it might just send a little message to James Wade as well. Glenn, what do you think about that?
I'm surprised when you're not again. Robin Hood.
From James Wade as well, and maybe that's part of the strategy from Josh Rock. He wants to just unsettle James Wade and just drag him into a zone of uncertainty, maybe.
He is the real deal, is Josh Rock. This was a massive test. He's had a couple of darts. My mind goes back to that leg 9. James Wade on a finish. He wants 80, 2 single 20s, hit the tops. They're the types of moments that champions are made of. And he's absolutely sprinting to the winning line. In fact, he's 2 darts away from that winning line.
Yeah, 6 from 9 on the finishing Josh Rock. Some might say 7 from 9 after that double-double combination. But it was a 12-darter, and Josh Rock is 51 points away from a passage into the final of a European Tour event once again. He already has 1 European Tour title to his name. He's not quite there just yet as far as making another final is concerned. The 147. Could it leave James Wade snookered?
Certainly has. There's an opportunity. He's left it pretty. But these are the types of moments that you dream of. For a European Tour final, no problem whatsoever. It's jubilation for Josh Rock. He looks super solid in that game. Look what it means to him. Josh Rock now goes to his 3rd European Tour final. And for James Wade, that is the best he's played that weekend. He really did test Josh Rock throughout that game. It was a cracking match. That experience against youth. 2 clash of personalities, but it's a wonderful game. But Josh Rock is our first finalist. Super Sundays can be long days. They play the first game in the afternoon and 3 games on the night. And for me, Luke Littler fits under that category where he gets better and better.
100.
He just enjoys throwing darts. He doesn't, it's well known that he doesn't practice as much as the other players, but when he gets up there, he's just down.
125.
Gurney's been very impressive this weekend, and he looks pretty fresh.
99.
And that World Cup was a long old day, the final day. Leaves tops. And that is a 12-dart start from the nuke.
Luke Littler.
And the breaker throw as well.
Obviously, they got, Josh Rock's in the final, Luke Littler, Daryl Gurney here. But who else has stood out to you that you think they're in a good spot?
My answer would have been Daryl Gurney in the sense that I know it's obvious that I know he's unseeded, but I've been harping on about I like this version. As Littler looks at the 164, it's bullseye.
139.
may have said Jan van Veen going into his match. One with James Wade was a real tough one to take.
Luke, you require 25.
To increase the lead further. It's turning into a bit of a procession, this one.
Let's call him the ultimate fighter. He won't give up till the last dart. He's had a brilliant weekend wherever. This is the type of dart he was producing against Callan Ridge in one of those memorable games. It really was a Euro Tour classic, that one.
$140. W requires 76.
Well, for just the second leg in this match, Gurney should be getting darts at the outer ring. He's going to go for the double 18. He missed it earlier on. And he's 58. Missed it again.
Luke, you require 82.
It's almost like you've got to be immaculate against Luke. That's the tactic he uses on the 82, and that's the reason why. 6-0.
Luke Littler, 7th leg at down at third first. Game on.
That looks good.
100.
It's a 2 treble visit to leave a 1 treble combo.
170.
Come on, Darrell. Stunner. Beautiful.
145.
Well, he's enjoying himself up there. He may not be up there for much longer. Match starting coming. Tops the target. And it is a 7-1 cruise for Luke the Nuke. Darrell Gurney's excellent weekend comes to a shuddering halt in the semi-finals, beaten by the Nuke once again in a Euro Tour semi. And Littler is in the hunt for a Belgian double. Our winner in Weezer at the start of the year, looking to win here in Antwerp for the first time. We have our final. It is a repeat of the match play semi-final that saw the most perfect of perfect legs. Luke the Nuke Littler versus Rocky Josh Rock.
And the stage is nicely set for what should be an absolute cracker. Glenn Durrant alongside me, Rob Malarkey, for this one. And what a final we have in store, Glenn.
Yes, and already to the conclusion of this first leg, it is going to be super quick. So dominant. They are so quick. I've called this redemption versus momentum. Real opportunity for this man in your picture to avenge that semi-final defeat. And with darts like this, he's going to take some stock, because that's a 12 dart hold the throw. That's what Rock can do. But the others, the match plays, the UK Opens, that could go on, but he often wins finals, but he's second best right now.
Yeah, the camera just zooming in on that black armband on the left sleeve of Josh Rock's shirt as well. We touched upon it earlier, the loss of a close friend a couple of days ago back home in Northern Ireland, and I imagine there might be some sort of tribute afterwards if Rock can pull this one off. But either way, it has been a terrific weekend for Josh Rock, who's clearly dealing with a lot of things emotionally as well. Double 10 once again has been found wanting. Littler looking at the big fish, and he could do with this as well. And it ain't going to happen because Josh Rock is on the verge of a 4-1 lead.
Josh required 20.
It's double 10, so many times associated with Luke Littler.
Well, he was miles away with that first attempt. It actually hit the number, didn't it? And then in the end, he got it bang on the money on the second attempt at double 10.
I will add, he did say Stephen Bunsen on Friday, but I'll give him that one so far.
Yeah, I covered a lot of bases, to be honest, Glenn. I've got to say, I'm not going to take too much credit for that. Littler has plenty of his fans wearing his purple and yellow colours in that arena behind them. On that stage, they have packed out this auditorium, this arena, this expo arena in Antwerp. It's been a brilliant weekend, a brilliant crowd as well, once again in Belgium. That's why Littler's here, and Littler is once again involved in this final. He's got a hold of throw there for 4-2. I don't think he could afford to go 5-1 down. It's a 12-darter as well, but the pace is fast for an Heta. I can barely catch my breath because Rock is straight up there, and this time he's only got 43.
Issue so far, but the credit has got to go to the World Cup of Darts champion Josh Rock. He is playing outstanding here. His first 9 is out of this world. Both are averaging over 103. What a game.
Yeah, high quality final, as we suspected they may well deliver.
133.
133 for Littler to, well, do himself a massive favour, to be honest, because Rock is looking at a very manageable 125. And if this goes, I think Littler will have to start praying. But the 125 is not going to happen here and now. 76 points for Littler when he returns.
In normal circumstances, you would say 76 is meat and drink for Luke Littler, but with Josh Rock sat on tops, it's far from that. It's double 18. That's why he's the world champion.
It's still very much in the balance. It wouldn't take much for this one to turn back in the favour of Josh Rock, but it's Littler in the ascendancy. I say it wouldn't take much. He's got 140 there on the Littler throw to get down to a finish of 85 first as well. This is promising for Josh Rock. This is where he can make his move.
Yeah, the reason it's promising as well, it's on the throw of Luke Littler. Josh Rock has been second best for 4 legs. Double 5, no problem whatsoever. The questions were asked to Josh Rock. That surge from Luke Littler, which took him to 4 legs, but Rock has the answer. It's now a best of 3 game. The most important thing to Josh Rock, he has the darts. Game on. And best though, 6 darts thrown, 184, putting all the pressure on Josh Rock. When you see 270, you need the treble. At least give yourself a finish. That's exactly what he's done. Is the magic going to come from Josh Rock? If he can reel in the fish, he then becomes a massive favourite for this game.
107.
Luke Littler's first 9 average, 124. The 170 is not on here for Josh Rock, and Littler is looking at another instant break back here. 90 points away from a 7-6 lead. There's 60 of them, double 15. What a combination that was. That was just so assured, so certain, so sure-footed. And it spells trouble once again for Josh Rock, who did so well to get back on terms with that break of throw, but Littler has hit back straight away, and he's now throwing for the match.
And best though, 6 darts thrown, 184, putting all the pressure on Josh Rock. When you see 270, you need the treble. At least give yourself a finish. That's exactly what he's done. Is the magic going to come from Josh Rock? If he can reel in the fish, he then becomes a massive favourite for this game.
107.
Luke Littler's first 9 average, 124. The 170 is not on here for Josh Rock, and Littler is looking at another instant break back here. 90 points away from a 7-6 lead. There's 60 of them, double 15. What a combination that was. That was just so assured, so certain, so sure-footed. And it spells trouble once again for Josh Rock, who did so well to get back on terms with that break of throw, but Littler has hit back straight away, and he's now throwing for the match.
Yes, advantage Littler. Can he serve out this last leg? He's got the darts. 20 points behind. What he'd give for another 180.
140.
It's asking questions once again for Josh Rock. He needs a big one. He's going to give us a big one. Huge!
My word, he needed that, didn't he? That just cast 1 or 2 doubts over the prospects here for Luke Littler.
What a fabulous game of darts. It really is. We are being treated to something really, really special.
You will not see much better, in all honesty, this year. Luke Littler, for an absolute showstopper, can't find the 144. That would have been something special. Rock looking at 161.
To stay in the match. Treble 17. For the bullseye. Extraordinary darts from Josh Rock. Unbelievable. Wow. But this has just been a dream to watch. And look at the snarl, because he's enjoying it. It was a magic moment for Josh Rock. But is it all in vain? Because Luke Littler is 2 darts away from victory.
He is 2 darts away. He could wrap it up with an 11-darter. There's one of them, and there is the other. And Luke Littler wraps it up with an 11-darter. An astonishing final on the European Tour. Just look at the averages as well. 107.4. But the bigger picture is that Luke Littler is celebrating a 4th European Tour title. And once again, he's done it in Belgium. 2 times a champion in Wiese in 24 and 25. He took the honours in Austria as well last year, and once again he's returned to Belgium and he's taken the biggest prize of the lot.